Okay, good morning. It is Sunday, um, July 14th, 2019, approximately 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This message is for those owner-operators, carriers, um, truck drivers who may need a dispatcher service. Um, my name is Charles. I'm with the Exodus Logistics Learning Center and the Exodus Dispatching and Associates. The Exodus Dispatching and Associates side is geared toward helping those owner operators who need assistance or potentially want to consider having a independent dispatcher work with them to help them find the loads. Most owner operators will ask the questions, well, why should I pay you for something that I can do myself? And that's a very good question, and it's a welcome question. Um, we offer more of the time sensitive things. We can help you get your carrier packets done quicker. We deal with the brokers quicker. We get the rate confirmations over to you quicker. While you're under one load, your next load will be waiting for you upon delivery within a decent amount of deadhead radius range. Now, realistically, that's about 100 miles or less. We try to focus on, and we try to put out the little fires for you. We try to keep you running. We have dispatching associates who are trained and skilled in keeping carriers moving. Um, and we have a quick and easy online process. So if you go to our website, www.exodusdispatchingandtraining.com, if you get up here under carrier services, we have a dispatch agreement online form and a profile online form. Under the dispatch agreement online form, you click that and you fill out the dispatch agreement online form. And we'll do this as an example so I can show you. So let me log into my email to show you the process. And I apologize, I should have had this logged into earlier, but that's fine. Just getting up on Sunday mornings. I'm sure you guys are getting up too, getting ready to either drop a load or preparing for your following week. So if you're under a load or looking for a load, we can try to help you stay running. So the online form under the dispatch agreement section is here. So it's a simple one-page process. So you fill in information. Say, for example, your carrier name is XYZ Trucking. Where do you live? We'll make up an address just to show you how quick and painless the process is. An email address, we'll put an email address and we'll make up a phone number. And then the terms of the conditions, you read over that, you read over the dispatch agreement. The fee for our dispatching services is 10% per book load. We try to find you the higher paying loads, and we try to focus on the equipment types that move the most freight out here right now. But that's not to say that we ignore the other equipment types. But the ones that we focus on are the 53-foot drive-ins, 53-foot reefers, and 48 and 53-foot flatbeds. Those are the ones that we focus on mainly, but we do have hot shots, we do have auto hauling, we do have, in some cases, LTLs with the straight trucks and sprinters. So continuing with the online form here to show you how quick that process is. This box is not a required field. If you notice, there's a star here that indicates that this field must be filled in prior to hitting submit, which is right here. So this is a very simple process. Here you can just put any information, any notes that you want for us. Read over the terms and conditions. Very straightforward and to the point. You date it. Today is the 14th in 2019, and then you give us consent to fill out the carrier packets and rate confirmations on your behalf by putting your name and information in there. What that means is we fill it out quicker for you, but we still go over some of the main things and the main points that you need to hear in order to agree with what's on the rate confirmation. So say we call you with a number that they discussed, but then we didn't go over. There may be lumper fees, there may be some accessorial pays and things like that that we have to be mindful of. So prior to actually taking the load, we will call you and verify everything is good before we finally send that rate confirmation in. Because as you know, once that is sent in, that load is booked. Of course, unless you cancel the load. right? So we deal with lumpers, T-checks, getting all that stuff together. With T-checks, you need the name of the business, the address, the federal ID number, tax ID number, and the amount of the lumper. There's other pallet exchange. It's just all the headaches, in other words. So when you also filling out the dispatch agreement section, there are other documents that we want to get from you up front. Now, if you don't provide those documents to us up front, it's not a big deal. Still get us the dispatch agreement and profile at least, and then prior to booking your first load, we would still want those other documents because we're going to need them all the time as we book loads going forward with the brokers or shippers. And you know what those documents are, right? It's the W-9, the MC authority letter, and the certificate of insurance. So I provided an area on the form where you can actually upload, and I'm just going to do this as a practice, just any form to show you that it can be done, and then you just sign XYZ. It's designed to be signed. XYZ trucking, and then you can either clear the form if you want to start over, or you hit submit. Form is being processed. Your response has been sent. So, and then it clears out once you hit submit on the dispatch agreements. Now on the profile, it's the same thing. So on the profile, you give the purpose of the profile sheet from an owner, operator, truck driver, or carrier's perspective is you're telling your dispatcher how you want to run, so we can cater our load search according to your profile, and we won't call you unless we have exactly what it is that you're looking for within that reasonable profile description. So on the profile, equipment type, let's just say you had a drive-in, your weight limitations. We know drive-in is about 45, 44, let's say 40,000. You don't want to haul the max. You want to save on fuel. Maybe you don't want to go in the mountains and tolls and things like that. How much money do you need to move your truck? What is the least cents per mile you are willing to accept? Let's say the least is $2 a mile. So that what that's saying is anything $2 or better, I'll be willing to take. If it's $2.50, you just say $2.50 or better. So we won't find loads unless it meets that at least minimum criteria. Other information, what areas of the country do you try to avoid? We'll say New York for no tolls, just as this is an example, and no mountains. So you're filling this out like that. Special instructions, let's say you want the weekends off, and then you sign it again. And that is pretty much the agreement between you and the dispatcher. So now, once we get that back along with the other documents, we hit submit, of course, and your response is sent, and it clears out the form. So it's that simple, and it's a fast process. You don't have to go to a truck stop, print out a PDF, fill it out, send it back, or even with the DocuSign thing. It's straight through the web portal, and it's for you to simply fill out, hit submit. Now we should get a email notification with that information. So if I go to my email, I got the one here with the dispatch agreement, and then let me refresh my screen, and I got the profile. So if I open up the dispatch agreement, there's the information about the dispatch agreement that you filled out. And this is just metadata, made up information, just to show you how it works, literally. And then here is the profile. So I have the two main forms that I need for you and I as a dispatcher and an owner operator to at least get started on me trying to find loads, or my company or my associates trying to find loads for you. Now, before we get to our first load and book that with the broker or shipper or however, we will need those other documents. And you know what they are because you've been on the road driving, so you understand the purpose of the W-9, the purpose of the certificate of insurance, and the purpose of the MC authority as it relates to booking loads. Brokers and shippers need to see your information to verify that you are who you say you are, and you have the credentials and the criteria needed to run that load. Otherwise, this would be a waste of time. So if you are in consideration of having a dispatcher help you find loads, and you need help with that, consider Exodus Dispatching and Associates. Use us as an option. If it works, it does. If it does not, nothing lost. We only book loads that we find for you that you agree to, and we book those loads. It's not a forced dispatch. You do not have to stay with us forever. It's a non-exclusive, non-inclusive contract. So if you want out, you can get out with a 7 written day notice, 7 days. You do not have to take loads that we present to you. You're not bound by that, only by the ones that you agree to and that we book, get the rate confirmation, and go from there. And we try to keep you running steady. So use us as an option. Consider us as a dispatching service. If we work out for you, fine. If we do not, there was nothing, no hard feelings, nothing lost. We just want to be another option for you and hope to keep you running as an independent dispatching and trucking company carrier service. So www.exodusdispatchingandtraining.com. Go to the carrier services, fill out the dispatch agreement and the carrier profile, and then you can actually go to the carrier services, click that link too, and watch a little video about exactly what I just showed you, and it'll explain it. And there are several other videos in here too that you can watch, our promo videos and owner operator commercials and things like that. So we are trying to change the way dispatchers service owner operators. So by you telling us what do you look for in your dispatcher, what kind of services and what kind of personal and professional relationships that you want out of your dispatchers, we move towards trying to fulfill that need and that goal. So hopefully you will at least give us a consideration, and we look forward to hearing from you. And you guys be safe out there and have a good weekend, and look forward to your following week of booking loads. Thank you.